This is my number one advice for anyone, you, her, him, whoever, right? Who wants to become a full-time trader. Quit your 9 to 5 job and become a full-time trader, a crypto trader and investor. This is for you. Stick with me until then. I'm going to give you the ideas, the thesis, and practical, actions at the end to make sure that you're equipped to choose whether you can do that or not, and how to do it practically with the best high probability results, let's call it. Okay, thank you very much for coming. Smash the like and subscribe button for me, put the bell notification, and also comment in the section below. Tell me, what do you think? If this resonates with you, if you became a 9 to 5 trader, if you succeeded, failed, whatever, comment in the section below. Tell me, what do you think? Okay, so look, this is what I'm going to say. Okay, the one rule, or the one thing, my number one advice, okay, if you want to quit your day job, if you want to quit working or 9 to 5, your night job, whatever, and become a full-time crypto trader and investor, you need to make sure that you don't need money. Okay, when you don't need money, okay, you can become successful. And let me explain. Okay, so this is how it works. When you need money for a living, right? You need to pay expenses, mortgage. I don't know if you're young, you don't have a family, maybe it's just bills, rental, food. If you don't have, the security of all these payments, imagine what you do. You quit your day job, you don't have any income. You go to trading, and you do it for a monetary, compensation. You want to be multi-gazillionaire. Beautiful, okay? But what happens, okay? You come to a trade. Initially, maybe you are motivated, you're unbiased, you want to kill it, you want to rip it, you're going to make this. You believe in yourself, and that's good. I want you to believe in yourself. And you keep doing, and all of a sudden, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks have passed, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. And all of a sudden, you notice that it's not that easy, and you knew that, right? But you believed in yourself that you can make it happen. But what starts crippling in your mind is, wait a minute, I need to pay for this, I need to pay for that. Oh, I forgot, I need to repay my mother, I need to repay my father, my wife, whoever. Rental, food. Oh my God, I want to take out a girl for a date and I can't pay. Anything, can happen. My mortgage, my wife needs a gift, but it doesn't matter. Wherever you are in life, different types of expenses happen. And then it gets inside your mind, and all of a sudden you are hijacked. You don't make good sound decisions. You became, instead of a process oriented person, into a I need the money person. Okay, and when you need the money, you start making mistakes. You hesitate in the position first, then you see it move in your favor, like, damn, I need to take that. Then the next one, you hyper take it, and then you with a bigger position than you would have, then you lose on that one. And then you slowly get into a tilt, and you slowly get into a bad mentality where you go from one wrong decision into another one until you can blow yourself out. And the number one rule of the game is to survive, to play the game another day. Okay, so that's what happens when you need money. Okay, so how can we make sure that we do get to transition beautifully? Okay, so here's an example. I think there's a dude named Kyle. He's a stock trader, very successful, went from $3,000 into 7 million in gains in like 7-8 years. He does stocks, right? I think the story goes that in the first 3 or 4 years, until he made his first million, he was a waiter and a bartender, right? So he understood that he couldn't just be in his trading. He needed somewhat of an income. So that's a successful trader that made the same decision. Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, you want to, in order, and this is how it works. This is the thesis. This is the idea. In order to truly transition from 9 to 5 or whatever job you have into a full-time trader, right? My advice, because there are many types of advices out there. Okay, my advice is that you are consistent in your trading for at least 1 year. Okay, and you made out of your gains, not out of heritage, not out of your wife, family, mother, father, other jobs, lottery ticket. No, nothing of that sort. Only from your own trading and investing gains. You made gains that are sufficient for the next 2 or 3 years of basic expenses. You can trim down the expenses for a couple of years, right? You don't need to go business class in these 2 years, okay? And once you get to these two things, A, you were consistent for a year, right? Truly consistent. It wasn't that the market saved you. You had a strategy, the strategy worked at least a year, maybe even 2 years, okay? And you made in this time at least, 2 years of savings, maybe even 3 years, then you know what, I'm with you. You can quit your job, okay? And that's how you get to a practical idea of, okay, the thesis is, I want, how can you become that when I don't need the money anymore? How can you get to that idea that you don't need the money anymore when you already gained the skill? Okay, you gain the skill, it works, to, if you are a boxer, you have the skill of boxing. If you're a golfer, a tennis player, whatever, you have the skill. So you have the skill. When you have a skill, that's already one thing. And the second thing is that you have a huge cushion, and that cushion allows you, okay, a long time of being okay, not needing the money, because again, the moment you need the money, it will run away and flee, and you won't get it. Okay, so, and if you're married, probably it's a good idea to talk with your spouse about this specific tactic also. Okay, so this is what I do believe. Now you can do it by yourself. Okay, it will take, and this is me setting your expectations. It will probably won't take 1 year unless you hit a really strong, huge 2017 type bull market. Okay, happens very rarely. Usually, it won't happen. 2 years, only people usually that are in prop firms or whatever. 2 years. 3 years, yeah. Some people it takes 5 years, okay, or more to become consistent. So my advice to you is do that while having your day job. And I get it, it's rough to have a day job and trading, okay, but and if you want to shorten the learning curve, by the way, I'm your guy. Okay, you can come, you can join my VIP. I'm going to share my trades, share my market updates, weekly market polls. You can pick my brains, and I will help you shorten the learning curve from 5 years into a year, because I already went through all this process. So I can help you with, the tactics, ideas, strategy, everything into one place. So that's what I'm going to do for you. So definitely come and check me out if that's something that you want to invest in. But you can do it on your own, okay? It will just take so long, okay? And I can shorten it by so much time, okay? So that's the main idea. So, and another thing, okay? Another kind of concept to have in mind, that's the last thing I'm going to say. The moment you feel and you know that putting your effort in your day job just ruins what you do as a trader, that's another sign. So when the same time that you make money in a day job will just be so much better if you just, do post analysis, review your trades, think about new ideas, all this and that, because you know from consistency that if you do that, you gain that much more from ROI standpoint, then that's another aspect of it. When you know that you're actually wasting your time working for somewhat of an income where you already are consistent, you already have a cushion, and it just makes sense to just cut that off and put all your effort after being with the skill, not before that. You can't put the carriage before the horses. You need to make sure that transition is right. Then you have the skill, you have the cushion, and it just makes sense to transition to stop the day job because you want to focus on trading and focus on yourself, your health, your workouts, your sleep, all those things, because maybe you sleep like a waiter, you don't sleep at night, a bartender, you don't sleep at night, then you go trade. It's not optimal. You want to optimize your trading when you get to that specific level. All right, everyone. Hopefully this was good for you and you learned when you can transition from your 9 to 5 into your trading as a full-time. This is key. This is really key. This is one of the most important things, most important advices I can give you. That's why I decided it's the number one advice I'm going to give you about how to transition. You can ask me questions. You can come to the VIP, join for a couple of months, see how it is for you. Let me help you start, initiate your process, and then you can go and do whatever you want, hopefully successfully. Until next time, no edge, no trade. Cheers, everybody.